It shouldn't take too long.
At the location. No hostile presence.
You need
Understood.
to know controls.
Alma Reynard's house is just up the beach.
Okay.
Our intel indicates that she
Assuming
and her team are laying low.
assuming you're using
Most
your
likely
controller.
planning the militia's next strike.
Reynard is one of the Shadow Client's top lieutenants, and yet she's not a target.
Not yet, anyway.
The
She's no doubt high
left
on our client's
bumper
list, but
is
for
you're
now,
running
it's
around.
information we seek. Infiltrate the house and get us a lead on the Shadow Client. Up for some B&E,
Your
47.
On my way.
right thumbstick crouches you. It toggles crouch. People will notice you press. They'll also notice you press this over you. They'll notice you, and they'll react slowly. I wouldn't save for you. Definitely save some. It's encouraged to save and try. Let's see what happens. The if you stop real quick. Okay, yeah, it wasn't say instinct. It's like your Batman vision. Um, your Batman vision will show you like key things, so like cameras. It'll show you objects you can interact with, um, doors, people, targets. Your inventory system is like a wheel, so it just goes around using the left and right.
Good aim. Now, according to the local home security provider, the house is
You
equipped
drop
with multiple
things.
cameras placed around the
You
perimeter.
hide. Okay,
I
you hide
suggest you
them
get rid of them,
by
47.
pressing up. So like you have your gun out right now. If you press up, it'll hide your gun. You'll put your gun away. Um, you can put you when you things you have out, like when you have your gun out, you can drop it on the ground with the down pad down on the thumb pad, and then you can just pick it up again. So it's just showing you how to like interact with items. The when you have your gun out, um, the left thumbstick button switches your shoulder, so it switches what viewing angle you have. You usually have to hold Y to pick things up, pretty much. Interact button is usually Y, so like closing and opening doors, picking things up is Y. Um, when you get to against a wall, you press B to get up against it. So like it's like a kind of like a somewhat of a cover system. Um, in this game, distractions are really important. Um, it's always good. Like there's no real limit on what your inventory can carry, so it's always just I just pick everything up I see. You never know what you'll end up needing. I think there's a way in that house, by the way. You might have to walk around to find it, but beware of cameras. You can use your instinct to see where cameras are looking as well. You can also hold instinct and shoot at the same time. So you can hold instinct and move and aim and um you can press up on your right thumbstick. You can peek when you have to you have to hold up on the right thumbstick. Should let you peek out. And you can also obviously use instinct in there as well. So, I mean, you can use instinct at any time, basically. And it's really good for letting you see basically dudes through walls and shit. It's like real strong. Instinct is powerful. Bro, I mean, they throw you in this like they. This one's like more intense than the Hitman One training mission. You can shoot your gun from cover, so you can be in cover, pull your gun out. So you like be against the wall, have your gun out, and then use the left trigger, obviously, to aim your gun. It won't see you if you're against the wall, I'm pretty sure. That exclamation point by the Y button when it was showing you like short circuit the garage.
Bodies.
That's
Male,
just saying like
female.
basically if someone sees you do that,
Vertebrates.
and they
Executed.
I
otherwise
see them.
wouldn't give a shit, they will give it. They'll
Bastards.
be like, "What the
Looks
hell
like
are you
Reynard's
doing?"
grisly handiwork,
So
all
it's just
right.
like
She was
something.
never
It
shy
means
about
it's a
collateral
suspicious
damage.
action.
The owners.
Don't think so.
And that's
The
very
house is
context
registered to a
sensitive. So,
non-existing
like,
environmental NGO. This feels more like identity
depending
theft.
on like
Like you,
your
Reynard is known to use
disguise or whatever.
disguises.
So obviously in
Keep
this
looking, 47.
mission,
Nothing we can
it
do for
doesn't
these
matter
people now.
because you're in your suit. So anyone that sees you is already going to be suspicious of you anyways.
Masks. Rope. Chloroform.
But I would
Looks like
definitely
another
explore the
kidnapping.
entire
I wouldn't
house,
put
see
it
what's around,
past them.
check it
The
out.
Shadow Client is nothing if not industrious.
Why is he doing this?
Clearly, he has an axe to grind with Providence. Big enough to surround himself with murderers and terrorists. Big enough not to care who gets hurt in the process. He believes he's doing the right thing, I suppose. Just like everyone else.
Well, you're doing that. I'm gonna see if I can trick this doctor into poisoning the person I want to assassinate. You're just like, fuck this food in particular. I have no idea what's gonna happen. This could be hilarious.
Found something. Looks like research reports. Berlin, Shanghai. Every major militia strike since Thomas Cross's kidnapping. Looks like Reynard had a hand in all of them.
All in the pot. Bust, I'm afraid. Keep looking, 47.
a nail polish, now can we? And anywho, like I said, just give me a shout. That's Ari, the repair guy.
He's still carrying the car battery. I bet it would if you shot the car battery. But it probably. Did you kill yourself? What was the other? That's right. Everyone in the house is gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
"47. That computer. See if you can't access it. Encrypted. Assuming there's a key, Reynard wouldn't just leave it lying around. Wait. According to the floor plan, the room you're in should be a lot bigger. There might be a concealed space behind the wall. Check for hidden panels, 47. Here we go. For the office computer, no doubt.
So basically, one thing I want to point out: all the items you have. Yeah, I was gonna. No, 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 no. I'm gonna say. So it looks. Okay, let me. I'm gonna show you. Basically, the way throwing items works is that unless you have a person targeted, they you throw them as a distraction. So any item you have, you'll throw as a distraction. Obviously, except guns, since the thing that the left trigger targets them. But basically, what you do is you hold the left trigger when you have it aimed at somebody, and you'll see a reticle form around their head, and then you can hit the right trigger, and then you'll throw it right at their like basically right at their face or the back of their head or whatever. And
Appears
you should
Reynard
look at
Sell's
the
launching
item
another
description in
strike.
your inventory,
Those are sewer
and it'll
maps
tell
of a
you whether or
residential
not
area in Wellington.
you'll kill
Well, there's
them
nothing we can do about it
if
now.
you throw the
Our
item.
priority is the Shadow
Like it'll tell
Client.
you in the inventory, like whether or not it's a lethal throw or non-lethal throw, lethal melee, non-lethal melee. Um,
Nicely done,
to attack
47.
somebody,
Getting caught on
basically what
tape
you
is the last thing
do
we need.
is if you have an item out, you'll attack them with whatever you have. The attack button is the X button. So if you have a lethal item out, you'll kill them, obviously. If you if you have a interesting, I didn't even know that was there. I didn't even go down that way. Out that back out the garage like that. um so same way. Same way as the inventory, you just swap it through. Swap through your inventory to the other one. How do you attack with like a sword? It's the X button. It's the same. All weapons, all like melee weapons, you attack with the X button, and then all throwing, like you could throw that sword at somebody. It's the same way. You'll hold the L trigger, the left trigger, and when you have them targeted, you'll make a lethal throw. So yeah. You just can't attack anyone right now because there's no one to attack. Basically, like it's target dependent essentially. Like basically, when the throwing motion you're doing right now with everything basically are all distraction throws. So basically, they'll work. Wow, dude, they're gonna come home and be like, "What the fuck happened to our house?" um. So yeah. So basically, when someone comes home, if someone ends up coming home, what you should do: save, and then just go around, kill some people, see what it feels like, see how the controls feel. I mean, don't worry about trying to be sneaky. I would say that first time you'll probably get killed, obviously, because there'll be a lot of guards. But just to get a hand of the controls and stuff, and also test throwing, like throwing weapons, test sneaking up on somebody and trying to like stab them, or sneaking up on somebody and trying to knock them out. If you sneak up on
I'm
somebody
in.
with no
Hurry.
weapon,
I'm
like no
detecting
weapon
movement
out,
up the road. A
um,
motorcade, possibly Reynard's.
basically the
Uploading the
way you'll
data.
subdue
Hold
them.
on.
So you'll
Receiving
just
it
do this
now.
chokehold, and like you'll
Nothing on the
rapidly
Shadow
press X
Client
to
or the other
subdue them
cells.
quicker,
No names, no
or you can,
aliases.
and
I
during the
doubt she even
subdue, you
knows
can
whom she's
also like
working
snap their
for.
neck or something.
Wait, here's
So
something.
obviously,
A message from Robert
you
Knox of
know,
Kronstadt Industries. And
yeah,
by the
just
sound of
experiment.
it,
Basically, is what
he's
I'm
a
saying.
Providence
Don't
operative.
A
necessarily worry.
defector.
I would
Well,
say
well,
here,
well.
not
Client
necessarily
won't
worry
like
about the
this one
objectives
bit.
And
immediately,
you can't
and
wait to
just
tell
run
him.
around testing like how it
They're
feels
back.
to like kill people
Multiple
with different
hostiles.
objects
I see them.
or knock
Damn.
them out, etc.
Okay, we've got all we're going to get. Go to stage 2, 47.
And
Eliminate
then
Reynard,
and
and
then
preferably
reload the
without
save
raising
and
suspicion.
make
One
another
step
attempt
ahead of
at
the
it.
Shadow Client for once. Let's keep it that way.
Ugh, I thought this night would never end. What a snob fest. And I even missed out on the action.
I'm sorry you had to
I'm gonna
endure
show
all
you a
that free
mechanic
champagne and cello music,
when you get out of
Orson.
this cutscene.
What can I say? You really took one for the
Yeah,
team.
well,
It's pretty
I say
key.
stick to what you know.
So if you hold the See the dots above their head?
Or say.
It means they're enforcers. And that basically means, and this is specifically key because this is again disguised specific, so it's dependent on your clothes. So you can also see in the bottom left you're in a hostile area. Anyone that sees you is immediately going to be suspicious of you. The way suspicion works is that you'll see a bar kind of like like fill up around your circle. It's not instantaneous, but and it depends on like how close you are to them. So you can easily run by somebody if they're like not really looking in your direction. You don't really need to be worrying about like being too loud or anything with your footsteps or anything. But the whole thing is, and you should hold the instinct now as well. So go ahead and hold instinct and see like you'll be able to see through walls and stuff, so you can see where all the guards
the
are.
wife and two daughters of one Lance
That
Donovan,
right
the
bumper,
interesting
yeah.
one.
So as you can see, everyone is an
Donovan is back in
enforcer.
London, working.
So basically, if you were to
Received
go
the
and steal a
pictures
guard's
as we speak.
disguise, that would change. Like some of the
Donovan was
guards wouldn't
planning to
necessarily
see
care.
Rupert
They would
Pierce,
suddenly
his
like
top
think you're just
property
one of
owner.
them. Now there would
We
still be
can't
some
wait for
guards that
him,
would probably be
so
like,
I
"Who the fuck are
decided
you
to
again?"
kind
So
of
one thing you could try doing is like finding an isolated guard, going and stealing his uniform.
Oh, could you fix me a cup of tea?
So obviously you see. Did
Sugar.
you save?
She said, "Fix me a cup of tea." I like how it just happened to poison those two things off of a whim.
Which ones did I wonder what you poisoned it
I
with?
poisoned
I
honey
can't
and sugar,
remember. Which poison did you use?
rat poison, and the chlorophyll.
Okay, so what rat poison does is it makes them sick. So they'll try and go to a bath,
Mr.
and
Donovan,
you like that there you'll be able to drown them if you
who
wanted
I
to.
am
Like
is not
they'll
important.
sick up over a
You have
toilet,
seen the
and
pictures, yes?
it's very easy to get them isolated
I
that
will
way.
tell you
The
exactly
chloroform I think
what
will
to
just
do.
knock them out.
Do
I
it
think they'll just literally fall over and
without
fall asleep.
question, and your wife and children go free, unharmed. Refuse or hesitate, and your family
But I would
dies.
definitely
Every
consider
citizen
finding an
will
isolated
mourn your
guard
body,
and seeing like
and
if
your
you can
family
knock him out
dies.
with
Do we have
a
terms?
non-lethal item,
Not very
and
convincing,
then
Mr.
take his
Donovan.
disguise and maybe
Take
hide his
a
body.
breath.
So you know those bins that you're hiding in right now?
Much
Every
better.
single one of those bins, and
Now,
also the
you might
closets, so the
suspect
side
I'm
closets
not
and
going
stuff
to
that you
tell
can
you
hide in,
that,
they
but
all
your
will
boss,
hold
Rupert Pierce,
two
is
bodies.
taking his
So
morning
and
nap.
also yourself in
You
one
will
body.
inform his guards
So you can
that
do
you are
that as well.
delivering an urgent message. You will approach Mr. Pierce, lure him close to the edge, and toss him off the
All right.
building.
Hey, you want green tea or mango?
What do you think? You heard me, Mr. Donovan. The life of your boss for the life of your wife and daughters. Shouldn't be much of a choice, even for a workaholic. Do you understand me? Very good. Now go. If I don't hear sirens from downtown London in 5 minutes, your family suffers the consequences. Best of luck, Mr. Donovan. We thank you for your sacrifice.
Is it done?
Dad,
And Mr. Donovan's wife and children?
the guys will let them go at the stroke of midnight, unless I say otherwise. Boss's order.
Did you stab him? Yeah. Yeah, so you should like try like seeing what happens if you do it with like a different weapon. Try throwing something at him too as well. See how that works. Oh, you're hiding. Interesting. So you're able to hide.
Come in, come in.
So when you see an instinct,
Dressed as a
um,
what?
the dude is orange.
Okay, I got it.
You see that? When he's like got an orange hue to him now. That means you're compromised. That sword throw is hilarious. Oh my god. You just, you heave that thing, dude.
Come on, do you read?
So the orange hue, that means you're compromised, which basically is essentially a state saying that dude knows what you. And also pretty sure that means they become aware of you quicker. So the like their suspicion, their alert state will activate higher if you go by.
Keep those eyes peeled. Yep, got it.
Roger, Command. Nothing tangible yet. Still looking.
Nothing
Will
here.
do. Out.
Anyone here? Give yourself up. Get ready to face the music.
Calling in! Calling in! All right. There's a hard-ass criminal out there. Command, I have nothing to report from my current location. Over.
What the? Guys, I need some backup.
So one of the things that
Command, we've been
is
compromised.
good, and like this is like a good thing to be aware of, is
He's
how
here. He has to be.
um
Find him.
Received and
distractions
understood.
work. And so basically, like if you were to throw something into that room right now, that dude would become suspicious of it, and he would go and investigate what you threw. And this is very important because they'll go and look for the thing like where you throw them. So that little you
Anyone
know
copy?
the
Again?
weird little
God damn
throw
it.
that you do that when it's not aimed at somebody, they'll go and check it
Gone.
out. So then you can like go up behind them, or throw something at their face, or
Damn it. Come on.
that dude probably saw where.
Whoever keep... doing this, show yourself. Now. You want to play games? Nothing at my position. Requesting assistance! We got a situation!
Hey, come out. I'm giving you a chance to back down nice and easy.
We have to find the perp. All right.
Be a good boy. Come out and surrender yourself. We gotta find the car. Search the area. Yeah. Get out here now. I won't hurt you.
Yeah!
I like how you immediately become a mass murderer.
you.
Nothing. You're gonna kill everyone but the person you're supposed to kill.
Hey, come out and we'll talk. No need for any crazy stuff.
Shit! Who did this?
Nothing bad.
That just scared the shit
Okay, drop the blade right now. Do not move another muscle.
Don't make this any worse. Come on out. Keep those eyes peeled.
Don't make this any worse on yourself. Come on now.
Was that command? Okay, continuing search.
Show yourself. It's up to you whether this ends good or bad. Hey, I need some backup over here.
There's trouble. Getting gear.
Command, you read me. Intruders caught us in a bad position.
Ah! I need backup. Command, do you read me? Over. Perimeter's compromised. Multiple casualties. Get out of here. Now. I won't hurt you. No! Need assistance. Jeez! Requesting assistance. We got a situation here. What the hell? I need backup.
Hey, stay sharp.
Command, you there? Got a real bad feeling about this. Command, got nothing here. Bedroom's clear. Hey, come out and we'll talk. No need for any crazy stuff. Don't make this any worse. Come on out.
You switch disguises. So that dude's an enforcer, but other ones may not necessarily might not necessarily be aware. You can try and grow. Damn. You can drag bodies after you grow them too. Yeah. You should also practice dragging bodies around and hiding them and stuff, just to get it.
Got nothing on the stairs.
They're in that safe room that you were in there earlier.
Nothing here, Command. Moving on. Hey! Come out wherever you are. Giving you a chance to back down.
down. Well done, 47. Now get off the property.
What'd you end up doing? Poisoning him? Nice.
I just happened to go up there because the guard was up there.
And that's also something that's probably like disguise dependent as well. So you probably wouldn't be able to blend in unless you were in that disguise. You can hide in the tall grass as well, so you can crouch in it and it'll blend in.
That's gotta be deep enough. Are you afraid we're gonna set the beach on fire? More men over here, right now! Got nothing! Man. And yeah, I'm here now.
You gotta knock him out also. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. When you engage somebody like that in the front, you usually have to knock him out.
Come on, beach appears to be clear. Over.
The Mercs have discovered your boat, 47. They're on high alert, combing the beach for intruders. Proceed with caution.
No. What'd you... did it, bro. Good job. How'd you want to do? Silent assassin suit on. First try.
I went behind that dude to like knock him out. I fucking
Killed him.
put my
'Cause you-
katana through his throat.
Yeah, that's the difference between having your katana out and sheathed. So that up on the yeah, there's some cool stuff. What I ended up doing it was I murdered her while he was taking a shower. That was what I ended up doing. Well, basically, like to get the best score and like the challenges and stuff, like the ones that are considered like this is what like nominally you should be shooting for. Is silent assassin, which means no one spots you, no one sees any bodies. You only kill the target, so you don't kill anyone else. So she was actually the only target. So him, you're supposed to like leave alone. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So no bodies found, no one spots you, and no one notices the kill. Typically, there's two exceptions to this, and there is so it doesn't matter if you get a body found or not, and it's accident kills, which typically involves like something falling on somebody or them falling off something high or something smashing them. Except any sort of accident kill, that's fine. They can find a body and still count. You can press X to see a detailed score on the screen. And and then what was I talking about? Oh, the exceptions to bodies found. The other one is poison kills. So, for instance, if you poison a food that they eat, or what you just did, basically, which was the lockdown, and then poison the air in the room, then that doesn't hurt your body's found if they find poison kills. So, poison kills and accident kills, you don't need to worry about hiding the body. But any other kills, so gunshots, arrows, those kinds of things, you have to hide the body. And so it's also pretty much good to always hide the bodies of guards you take out as well, which is usually just not that well. That's what you get before you know what I'm doing. So it's like good to watch like their paths to see like what path they're taking, and then if you notice a guard that's by himself and next to
Well,
a place you
it's
can dump
official.
bodies.
New
Usually
Zealand
means
paid
it's a
off.
very easy disguise to
The
grab.
client has given us
That's
carte
usually
blanche.
like, oh well,
Hunt down
I
the
can just
militia
grab this
by
guy's
any
disguise.
means necessary.
And it's cool
A week
because
ago, Providence
that was a
threat.
very, very small
How
level.
did you swing
The
aboard?
next one,
The Boers are
the
practical
next
people,
Hitman 2 level
47.
was Miami.
A blank check
That's
is
actually what
hard
I've
to
been
turn
working
down.
on. And
Besides, the Shadow
like
Client's
there's
war
so
on
many
Providence is
different ways to
causing a global
accomplish it.
panic.
So many different. I think,
Someone
dude,
will need to
there's
stop the
30
militia.
different disguises on
Might
this
as well
map.
be us.
And they all
And the
have
man on the
different
train?
kind of like access, like where they can go.
You never
What
told
parts
them
of the map
about
they
his
can get it
offer.
to.
Taking
So
a
it's
contract for personal
there's a
gain
learning
is against
process there as
ICA
well.
regulations.
Just like
would have been
discovering
proud.
like how the
Is that a
map
sense of
layout
humor,
works, like where things
47?
are on the map.
Whatever next.
Like if you need a
Crying at the
specific
movies?
item, do
Why are you doing this?
I know what it's like to have everything taken from you. He claims to know about your past,
This chick's still
your
crazy.
childhood, your memories, everything Ortmeyer stole from you.
And you trust him?
About as far as I can throw him. But this is our best lead in 20 years. I say it's time we break a few rules.
I had to do the advanced agent training and then I can go back to the first stuff.
You can skip the advanced labor training, but it's probably a good idea to do. I mean, I think it tells you more stuff as well. But you started. That's actually the first Hitman 2. So the ICA facility advanced agent training is Hitman 1 stuff. The finish line is Miami, which is the first. I mean, the first Hitman. So this is actually going to be a little bit more basic than even like the mission. I'm pretty sure it'll start you off with the boat mission, which there's two different versions of, but it's a pretty good walkthrough. It basically tells you how to play. I guess you don't want to do that.
Oh, I'd rather do it's
Oh. No, you should be fine. The only saves are when you're in a minute.